Hello everyone and welcome to this Hungarian Grand Prix qualifying session recap. Lots of actions again today. A qualifying session that was threatened by rain, but in the end it was all in the dry. So let's start right away with Q1. So we're out in Q1. Kimi Räikkönen, Giovinazzi, Grosjean, Kvyat and Magnussen. So at the beginning of Q1, all drivers pretty much went out of the pit lane just in case the rain would start. But like I said, it did not rain in the end. And going first did not matter really, because toward the last 2-3 minutes of the session, the track improved massively. Times were literally falling by 1 and 2 seconds. And you're not dreaming, both Williams got out of Q1 and made it to Q2. It is the first time since Monza 2018 that both Williams are out of Q1. So just another great display of how they are improving. So the two Alfa Romeo cannot find pace, really could not do anything. They seem to be, at the moment, dead last among all the teams, at least in qualifying. The two Haas, disappointing for them. They were expecting better pace than that, maybe caught up a bit in traffic at the end of the session, but definitely a result to forget for the Haas in Quali. Kvyat also had issues, could not do anything with his car. We know that Gasly had a power unit issues during the weekend, so maybe Kvyat was concerned with that. But still no big surprise. Maybe Daniel Kvyat could have done better. But I'd say if there is one surprise, it's the two Williams who made it out. George Russell had the 7th fastest time and Nicolas Latifi the 15th one. So that was Q1. Again, nothing big to report. Let's move on to Q2, where we do have a surprise here. So we're out in Q2. Nicolas Latifi, Esteban Ocon, Alex Albon, George Russell, and Daniel Ricciardo. So, yeah, the two Williams, not super surprising to see them out in Q2. They still don't have the pace to compete with the top. The two Renault, just tough luck for them. Ricciardo made a mistake, and so did Ocon during their flying lap. So it's tough luck for them. But Alex Albon is the big surprise. For the whole session, the Red Bull drivers, both drivers, have been complaining that the car was a bit sketchy. It was like a car that was feeling different every single lap, so they could not just get their bearings together. Alex Albon, expressing his frustration on the radio, said that he got caught up in traffic and not super happy with what the team did. Sorry. But he needs to put his act together. He can perform better than that. So Albon will start 13. And it also means that Verstappen did make it to Q3, but also not by a big margin. Worth noting the two Racing Point, the only two cars that made Q3 with the medium tire. They took a gamble and they made it, and that brings us to Q1. Really, the two teams to watch. Mercedes totally on top by, as you can see, a big margin, almost a second on the Racing Point, and the two Racing Point literally above everyone else, except the Mercedes again this weekend. They will be fighting for podium. So let's start at the bottom. Pierre Gasly did not do a time in Q3. Actually, at the end of Q2, his engine seemed to have broke. He was lucky to pass in Q3, but it did not really matter. He did not run. The two McLaren, kind of where you would expect to find them considering their current form. They were fast in Austria. Here it seems to be a little bit more of a struggle compared to the other top teams, but still a good job from Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz, 8 and 9. Verstappen, I mentioned it earlier, the Red Bull, even though it is a track that historically suits them, seems like they don't have it this weekend, and they're trying to figure out what is going on there. It's really disappointing for both drivers. Verstappen could not do better than 7th. 2 Ferraris, good result, all things considered. They brought upgrades to Hungary and it seems to be paying off. 5 and 6, both drivers I think should be happy with that. I don't think they can expect much better during the race, but again, we don't know what their race pace will be in those on that track, in those specific narrow corners. And there's also a chance of rain tomorrow, so who knows, this could shuffle the card. So Sergio Perez, 4th place, barely a 10th and a half behind. In 3rd place, Lance Stroll, good job from the Canadian driver. Like I said, both Racing Point are the team to beat after Mercedes this weekend. They seem to really be there, and I guess this copy of the 2019 Mercedes is working well. Nobody, I think, would have doubted that. Of course, there's the controversy with the complaint from Renault on the Racing Point, but at the moment, they are truly the big team, the big contenders for the weekend. And yeah, Hamilton beating Bottas by 1/10 of a second. Hamilton just an incredible lap, and Bottas also having a great lap, but could not pull it off. Still, with such a small margin, we can expect action at the start, and I'm pretty sure that Bottas will want to pass first. Worth noting again, like I said, Racing Point starting on the medium tire, so they will be a bit at a disadvantage at the start, but strategy-wise, this could work in their favor. Can they compete with Mercedes? Who knows? But for sure they can compete for podium. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And I will see you again after the race tomorrow. So thank you and take care.